Not every day on Amazon is made equal. You can see that your sales on Monday and Thursday are completely different, and sometimes you don't know what's going on. Today, I'm going to show you a very easy way to understand the day-to-day fluctuations in your account and how you can leverage it to increase your sales and maximize your ranking. All right, guys. So my name is FBA. I've been managing Amazon ads for the last 7 years, and today I'm going to show you my quick way to identify the best selling day for the account and also understanding what kind of leverage I have to maximize sales and to maximize the profits. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to open up the brand, the Seller Central account, and then we need to open up the business reports. After you open up the business reports, what I recommend you do is go back 10 weeks. So for me, I'm recording this video on 14th of October. For me, it would be going to the week of August 4th and also setting up the end date at last Saturday, right? So I'm going to look at the week from Sunday to Saturday. So when I've set this date range, I'm just going to click apply and I'm going to get my report ready. And then I'm going to click download over here. So we're going to download that. And once we download that, I'm going to open up the Excel and I'm going to share with you guys the spreadsheet. All right, so here is the spreadsheet. And first of all, what we need to do to remove the unnecessary data. So I'm just going to do that quick. I will remove everything above row 13. I just don't need the data. Then I will look at this data that I have here. We need to remove last year data because it's not equal weeks. So we are not interested in this, and we're also not interested in the information on the bottom. So the next thing to do, we need to remove this zeros. We need to remove time from dates so we can easily pivot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this text over here. Then I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go back to the right upper corner and replace, find what. I'm going to insert this phrase and then replace all. And then I'm going to make 7 replacements, and you can see the date is clear over here. Then we need to insert 2 new columns. This will be the number of the day, and this will be day of the week. And then we're going to use the formula weekday. We will choose the date, comma. It offers you a range of choices on how you want to count the beginning of the week. I usually go with Sunday 1st, Saturday 7th. And then I just hit enter, and that's my day. I don't know why it's in currency. It should be in general. So let's just make both of them in general. All right, then just I'll drag it down. Now we have the number of days, and then we just write here Sunday, and we just drop it, and it will fill in automatically. All right. So right now what we need to do, we need to put the pivot table on this, and we put the pivot table on this, and we are done. And we're looking at our pivot table, and what I want to do is very simple. Put day of the week into rows, remove blank, keep 7 days over here, and put the order product sales over here as well. And then the last thing over here, I just go to the pivot chart on the top, and I select the chart so I can visually see the sales trend. All right. So the quick analysis of this account, this is example number 1. We will be looking at example number 2 later. This is an example of the account where there is no huge difference in sales, but one thing that I want you to highlight here is the sum of the total sales for these days is generally much stronger. Well, it's not much stronger. It's about 10 to 15% difference, but it is stronger through Sunday through Wednesday. And Wednesday actually is historically the strongest day for this account, with 165,000 sales on Wednesday over the last 10 Wednesdays, right? You can see that Sunday is usually also strong, but look at what happens on Thursday. On Thursday, total sum of the sales drops to 140,000. So here we're looking at 24,000 difference over the 10 weeks period, which is more than 15% day over day fluctuation, right? Look at Friday. Friday, I believe, is under 150,000, which is also more than 10% fluctuation versus the best day. And Saturday is less than 140,000. So if we compare Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday, you can see the difference is more than 30,000. So it's more than 20%. And so then my question is, do you still want, if you were the owner of this account, do you still want to advertise with the same aggressiveness on Saturday and on Wednesday? Don't you think it's a better idea to bid more aggressively on your top keywords and give more budgets to your top campaigns on Wednesday instead of Saturday? That's a very good question. So when we manage this account, we actually make sure that we spend more money during the best days, which are Sunday through Wednesday. So we increase the bids and budgets by 15 to 20%. And for the end of the week, we're actually decreasing the exposure, and sometimes we're dropping the price a little bit just to make sure that our ranking is fine, our profits are fine, and we're looking at, you know, better performing days. But for this type of the account where there is, you know, with your bare eye, you can't see the difference really, but if you do a little bit more analysis, you can see the low-hanging fruits. So for this type of the setup and for this pattern, I would recommend bid more aggressively on your bigger days, allocate more budget for your best campaigns and best keywords, and also slow down your campaigns by decreasing the bids, decreasing aggressiveness on your worst performing days, like Thursday through Saturday. All right, so this was example number 1. Right now, I'm gonna download the second file and I'm gonna show you the second example where the difference will be much more visible. All right, guys, so here is the second example. I'm gonna quickly arrange the data in the same way as I arranged it for the previous example, but I'm gonna do it much quicker without a lot of explanations. So we just need to remove this data over here. And then we need to remove the text from the date. Excel should remember that we just did it. Yeah, all right. We need a week, day, this one, enter. And then we also need Sunday, and this is gonna be Sunday through Saturday. All right, we need to put the pivot table now. Let's put, okay, we didn't give the headers names for the headers, so this is gonna be number of the day, and this is gonna be day of the week. All right, this should work better. Day of the week we put into the rows, we remove blank, ordered product sales, and then we go back here. I want to look at the dollars just more aesthetically. Pivot chart. All right. So here is our chart for this account. I mean, it's visible what's happening, right? So we know about the seasonality for this account on a weekly basis. Weekends are basically dead, but this is not the only observation that we can make here. Of course, the total sum of the sales for the last 10 Sundays was about 80,000, when over the last 10 Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesdays, we usually sold more than 200,000 of total sales, right? So not only we are scaling down the ad spend on Sunday and Saturday by more than 70%, sometimes we even turn off the ads on weekends if we have a deal, for example, and we want to maximize our profitability. What I also can see here is that Tuesday and from Wednesday, you can see that sales start to wear off, and the difference between average sales on Wednesday and on Thursday is already more than 10%. But if you look at the Friday, when we sold 184,000 in total in sum of that sales for last 10 Fridays, we can see that already for Wednesday, this difference is more than 40,000. So here, when it comes closer to more than 20%. So we can also make additional adjustments to the campaign. So we are now not only spending about 70% less on the weekends and sometimes pausing campaigns, we also maximizing the biddings from Monday to Wednesday when we are increasing bids, increasing budgets, increasing aggressiveness, maybe even launch more aggressive campaigns only for these 3 days. And then starting Thursday, we start to slow down the aggressiveness. So for this account, we would have like 3 tiers of aggressiveness. The tier number 1, the smallest aggressiveness on the weekends. Tier number 2 would be the mid aggressiveness for Thursday and Friday when we know, demand is wearing off. We're moving to a weekend state over here. We can start spending less. And then tier 3, where we basically maximize the spend and maximize the sales. So that's what we've been doing in this account as well. And I feel like what we've been doing here has been working well. And this could be learning for everyone else. So you know how to set up the budget rules in the campaign manager. So go ahead, test the strategy, identify the trend for your account. I'm pretty sure if you have never done this analysis and you're going to spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes for doing this, I guarantee you will see some insights that you haven't seen before.